Episode 56 CZ. Europe. Estonia. New government bans burning wood chips at Ovir power plant, news ERR. However, efforts are being made to reduce the demand for our pellets in Europe. Eesti Energia is to be banned from burning wood directly from the Rosep view. It is possible that wood-burning bans in Estonia could lead to use of cleaner heating methods such as geothermal, solar and wind power plants, which are lower cost to operate than biomass power plants, tied to an electrical grid, and use of Estonian home electric heat pumps which have no or low particulate emissions. Eesti Energia, Ovir wood chip burning ban may affect electricity prices, news ERR. If restrictions on wood chip burning are introduced, oil shale and natural gas will be used to make electricity instead. This may well lead to Germany. Rosep view. 5 competitors for wood in Germany against the wood-burning industry were interviewed for the article below. 1. Environmentalists like Bund who want to conserve and protect living trees. 2. The wood-building industry. 3. The timber industry which supplies wood to wood builders. 4. Residential wood burners. And 5. The government when it wants to preserve conifers to slow climate change. It is not clear to Rosep if DWHR, a wood-building industry lobby in Germany, considers wood burning carbon neutral or not. The first competitor was represented in the article as 1. Nicole Jude, a Bund forest expert. Bund is Friends of the Earth Germany. In German, Bund für Umwelt und Naturschutz Deutschland. Bund is a grassroots NGO with more than 480,000 members and supporters. It was founded in 1975 to promote nature conservation and protect the environment. Bund gets involved in policy-making processes on environmental issues, climate, transport, chemicals, and agriculture. It supports renewable energies and is opposed to nuclear energy. As a part of the Friends of the Earth network, it lobbies in Brussels and Berlin. The second competitor for wood was 2. President of the German Wood-Building Industry Council, DWHR, Erwin Taglieber. One of the websites of Erwin Taglieber states, living with wood. This is the fantastic building material with which we build or renovate houses, realize halls, build kindergartens and homes for the elderly, make staircases and furniture. 3. This article also describes the concerns of the timber industry in their role of supplying wood to wood builders, not to the wood-burning industry. 4. This article also describes the concerns of German fireplace owners, another way of referring to German residential wood burners. This article also lists facts about 5. Wood use and wood scarcity in Germany. 6. This article also lists the German government concerns about conifer loss contributing to climate change. 1. Bund non-government organization, NGO, view. We can no longer afford to burn our forests. They are already burning all over the world, says Bund forest expert Nicola Jude. She wants to preserve and expand the biological diversity of the forests. The felling of wood must be reduced very significantly for this, as well as the combustion both on an industrial scale and in private households. The Bund demands a felling moratorium for older mixed beech forests. Jude says, we have to put an end to the fairy tale that burning wood is climate neutral. The moment it is burned, the CO2 that has been bound for decades is released in one fell swoop. Rosep view. The Bund representative does not address the problem of particulate emissions of 2.5 micrometer size, PM2.5, the perfect size to infiltrate the human lung, setting off a cascade of human health problems. Wood-burning emissions are 90% PM2.5 size. 2. DWHR wood-building industry view. Wood from German forests is in demand. Industrial builders users of wood experienced significant price increases in the past year because of availability decline. Wood was no longer available everywhere at low prices in the past year because of the war in Ukraine. The president of the German Wood Builder Industry Council, DWHR, Erwin Taglieber, recently called for a change in the times for wood too and means by this less complicated access to domestic wood. We suffer from excessive bureaucracy and sometimes also from a culture that prevents the use of wood for building. Razep View, the president of DWHR, is not concerned particularly with climate change from loss of conifers, nor from PM2.5 emissions effect on human health, in this article. 3. Timber suppliers to wood building industry's view. A supplier of wood to the wood building industry, the timber industry representative of HRH, complains, environmentalists like the timber industry who supply the wood building industry take a critical view of wood scarcity for building. 1 out of 6 felled trees was burned last year. As in previous years, more than half of felled hardwood ended up in flames. Wood-fired power plants are competitors for scarce wood with home and commercial property builders. The timber industry complains about high prices and too little supply of hardwood. The general manager of the Timber Industry Association HDH sees the companies caught between logging bans and competition from demand for residential firewood. The association complains that while oak and beech wood in the forests is increasing, furniture and parquet factories are getting less wood. The Timber Association Industry HDH therefore rejects the construction of new wood-fired power plants without combined heat and power generation, as well as inefficient stoves in private households. However, they do not want a ban on pellet heating systems. The bare slopes in the Harz Mountains and other low mountain ranges must be reforested with more climate-stable tree species than mixed forests, says the timber industry. Razep View, the general manager of the Timber Industry Association HDH, is not concerned particularly with climate change from loss of conifers, nor from PM2.5 emissions effect on human health, in this article. 4. Residential wood burner view. Wood from German forests is in demand. Residential users of wood experienced significant price increases in the past year because of availability decline. Wood was no longer available everywhere at low prices in the past year because of the war in Ukraine. Razep View, the average German residential wood burner is not concerned particularly with climate change from loss of conifers. Razep View, the average German residential wood burner does not address the problem of particulate emissions of 2.5 micrometer size, PM2.5, the perfect size to infiltrate the human lung, setting off a cascade of human health problems. 90% of wood burning emissions are of PM2.5 size. Near neighbors of residential wood burners are in the hyperlocalized path of the PM2.5 emitted from each indoor residential wood stove. Near neighbors of residential wood burners in Germany, as in every country of the world, should be supplied with a PM2.5 monitor, and if the monitor shows that the stationary source of PM2.5 pollution, the wood-burning stove of their near neighbor emits PM2.5 exceeding government limits, into the yard and infiltrating the home of the near neighbor, the polluting wood stove should be shut down by the government. 5. German government tabulates wood scarcity in Germany. A third of Germany is covered with forest. The German Federal Statistical Office estimates are that 3.8 billion cubic meters of standing wood stock in Germany is valued at 52 billion euros. In its Forest Strategy 2050, the German federal government assumes that under sustainable conditions, 73 million cubic meters of wood can be felled annually. Damaged wood due to drought is added to the loss of forest's current felling of 78.7 million cubic meters of forest is higher due to drought in recent years. In 2022, the damaged wood accounted for over half of all logging, at 44.7 million cubic meters. Spruce have been heavily attacked by bark beetles in the drought of recent years. More than two-thirds, 67.1%, of the felled volume of forest was softwood such as spruce, fir, and Douglas fir. Recently, softwood accounted for 70% loss due to damaged wood. The Thunen Institute for Forest Ecosystems expects a further increase in bark beetle infestation and reduced ecosystem functions.